Do you need a second baptism or a second blessing? Sure, you might have heard that sales pitch a lot. It's out there. But the truth is that every believer has already been blessed with every spiritual blessing. You don't need a second blessing if you've already got every blessing. Doesn't that seem to make sense? Yet this sales pitch is pervasive. It's everywhere. We're so glad that you're a Christian, but now you need, and then you're told that you need one more thing, whether it's a certain spiritual gift or a certain experience with God's Spirit. You need to chase after the next tantalizing distraction. Well, the reality is we have everything we need for life and godliness. We're complete. We're lacking nothing. And when we were saved, we were put into a baptism, a spiritual baptism. We were baptized into Christ. And because of that baptism, Romans 6 says that we were crucified with Christ, buried with Christ through spiritual baptism, and then raised up to newness of life in Him. That's the only baptism that saves. Peter calls it being baptized into the resurrection of Christ so that we can have a good conscience before God. You know, Paul said that God did not send him to water baptize, but to preach the gospel. Because when he preached the gospel, and when we do so today, people hear it and then they believe it, and then they're immersed in Jesus Christ. That spiritual baptism is the one that counts for salvation. As far as water baptism goes, that's a celebration. It's like being born and then having a birthday party, being married and then having an anniversary celebration. It's fun to celebrate, but an anniversary doesn't make you married. You were already married. And a birthday party doesn't make you born. You were already born. Likewise, water baptism is simply that celebration of the spiritual baptism we had when we were put in Christ, in His death, in His burial, and in His resurrection. And when we were raised to newness of life, we were given everything we'd ever need. We were blessed with every spiritual blessing. So you're complete in Him. You're not lacking anything. Don't be suckers for the sales pitch of that sort of improvement, begging and pleading and hoping and waiting for more of God's Spirit. No, you've got all you need.